Giant bugs. Would they rule the world today? Imagine a world where the smallest creatures, the insects we often swat away or overlook, grew to monumental sizes. What if a grasshopper was the size of a school bus? A spider, the dimensions of a small car? Would they rule the world as we know it today? Join us as we dive into a fascinating hypothetical. If giant bugs roamed the Earth, what would be the true impact on our lives, our cities, and the very balance of nature? You've heard the saying, "Don't get angry, stay calm and carry on." But have you ever wondered who said it first, and what did they mean? Well, it turns out the exact origin of the phrase is uncertain, but it encapsulates a mindset that's been valuable throughout human history. From ancient philosophies to modern psychology, the idea of staying calm under pressure has been a cornerstone of resilience. In today's fast-paced world, this concept is more relevant than ever. So stick around to explore the depths of this timeless wisdom. Before we delve into this gigantic hypothetical situation, it's essential to understand why insects today don't just grow to gargantuan proportions and take over the planet. Their size is constrained by their biological makeup. Most insects breathe through a network of tubes called tracheae, which are directly connected to the air. These tubes are vital for transporting oxygen throughout the insect's body. However, as an insect grows larger, its body mass increases faster than its surface area. This makes it harder for those tracheal tubes to deliver enough oxygen to sustain the larger body. Simply put, bigger insects need more oxygen, but their tube-based respiratory system isn't efficient enough to provide it. Earth's current oxygen levels, around 21%, are just not enough to support insects larger than a few feet in length. However, during the Carboniferous period, which lasted from around 360 to 299 million years ago, oxygen levels were much higher, peaking at about 35%. This allowed arthropods like the already mentioned arthropleura to reach huge sizes. Arthropleura was a type of millipede that could grow up to 2.6 meters long and half a meter wide. Despite this, even in times with higher oxygen levels, insects haven't grown to skyscraper-sized proportions. There must be other constraints at play. But how could we change things so that giant bugs can exist? One way could be a sudden, dramatic increase in atmospheric oxygen levels. Perhaps a volcanic eruption or a shift in Earth's tilt could cause oxygen levels to spike, providing the necessary fuel for giant bugs to thrive. Another possibility is a rapid evolutionary leap. Genetic mutations could lead to insects developing a more efficient respiratory system. Maybe a strange, unknown scientific phenomenon could be at play, overriding their natural constraints. For now, though, all this remains in the realm of science fiction. Let's suspend reality for a moment and imagine one of these unlikely scenarios has occurred. The insects are growing and they're not stopping. Here's how this could play out. Our infrastructure would face unprecedented challenges. Roads, bridges, and buildings could easily be breached by enormous insects. A giant ant colony could undermine foundations, causing major structural damage. Colossal beetles could lumber through highways, disrupting transportation networks. A massive wasp nest could cling to a bridge, forcing its closure until the giant stingers could be removed. Airports would shut down due to giant moths clogging runways and propellers. Power grids could be disrupted by colossal spiders spinning webs across critical infrastructure. Imagine a city-sized tarantula descending onto a densely populated urban area. Skyscrapers could seem quite vulnerable. It's hard to fathom the ecological implications of such massive insects. What happens when a praying mantis the size of a house devours a deer? How does a colossal dragonfly hunt? Where does a giant caterpillar live? How do such creatures obtain nourishment? Our current understanding of biology suggests that their digestive systems wouldn't be able to handle the cellulose found in plants, meaning they'd likely evolve into carnivores. Plants would face devastation by these enormous herbivores. A single giant caterpillar could devour an entire forest in a matter of days, eliminating biodiversity and upsetting the balance of ecosystems. But what about the animal kingdom? Giant beetles, weevils, and other arthropods would become formidable predators. Even large animals like moose, bears, and wolves could be at risk. A giant spider descending on a forest could wipe out an entire population of deer or elk. Smaller creatures like mice and squirrels would face constant threats, and birds would struggle against predators capable of snatching them from the sky. Entire species could disappear overnight, and existing ones could be decimated. In fact, The implications extend beyond the immediate surroundings of these colossal arthropods. Their impact would reverberate across the globe. A moth flying from North America to South America could consume countless tons of fruit during its migration. Locusts swarming across continents could leave behind a trail of barren land. Even microscopic organisms could suffer, as many types of bacteria and fungi couldn't break down the exoskeletons of giant insects. But how would humans fare in such a world? Large-scale insect infestations could cause significant crop losses, leading to global food shortages. Farmers would need to employ giant nets to protect their fields, significantly increasing production costs. And what about the spread of disease? Insects like ticks and mosquitoes could transmit deadly viruses with greater ease. Diseases could spread more rapidly, impacting larger animals, including humans. Imagine malaria transmitted by a mosquito the size of a pigeon. The impact could be catastrophic. Cities would become battlegrounds between humans and insects. Our homes, offices, and public spaces could become fortresses to protect against invading bugs. Some people might retreat underground, while others could band together to defend their territories. We might even see the rise of professional bug fighters, highly skilled individuals trained to combat these giant creatures. But could we even defend ourselves against these giants? The majority of insects are harmless to humans, but those that are dangerous could pose a serious threat. A single sting from a giant bee could be fatal. The venom of a giant spider could paralyze prey in minutes, and a bite from a massive tick could transmit disease with horrifying consequences. In such a world, we might turn to more drastic measures. Developing sonic weapons to repel insects or creating artificial predators to control their populations could become necessities. Genetic engineering might be employed to create smaller, more manageable insects. But such interventions could have unforeseen consequences. Altering the ecosystem in this way could disrupt the balance of nature even further. As for our relationship with other animals, it would be complicated. Some animals might benefit from the decline of other species caused by the giant insects. Hawks, for example, could have more opportunities to hunt smaller birds. But as these birds disappeared, so would the source of income for the hawks. Similarly, foxes and coyotes could feast on the abundance of small mammals until those mammals also became extinct. Eventually, these predators would find themselves facing off against giant insects, a battle they likely wouldn't win. Even the very fabric of society could be affected. The agricultural industry would need to reinvent itself, perhaps focusing on underground or enclosed farming to protect crops. Transportation systems would require major overhauls to accommodate giant insects. Planes would need to navigate around colossal moths, while roads would need to be reinforced against giant beetles. The economy would feel the impact as well, with new industries focused on controlling insects emerging alongside those who study and document them. The world would become a battleground, a struggle for survival between humans and giant insects. If we were to encounter these colossal creatures, curiosity and fear would likely drive our actions. Scientists would race to understand the causes and implications of gigantism. Meanwhile, photographers and filmmakers would try to capture images of these behemoths in their natural habitats. As we consider this scenario, it's crucial to remember that our fascination with giant insects reflects a deeper curiosity about the natural world. It reminds us of the astonishing diversity and sheer power of nature, even in its smallest forms. By exploring these ideas, we gain a newfound appreciation for the delicate balance that exists in our ecosystems, and the incredible adaptations that allow life to thrive in all its forms. What do you think? Would humanity stand a chance? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. And don't forget to share this captivating journey into the world of colossal insects with your friends and family.